Day 2 of CrimeCon. We are here at Saturday. Feels like we've been here all week.
It does. There's a lot of walking, but great walking.
A lot of walking. We've had a good day today. A lot happening. Tell us, what we do today, hon?
We have been to a few sessions with Gabby Petito's family, I feel like I just ate lunch, so my brain is a little foggy.
We went into the podcast hall. Oh, we went to the Golden State Killers. They're the several survivors, women, and then their one woman whose sister and mother were killed by him. Powerful, emotional session there. We went into the podcast hall this morning and caught up with Court TV and a bunch of other people.
And we just luckily happenstance upon a few people like Sharon Love, Yardley Love's mom.
Right, yeah.
Monique. Do you want to talk about Monique?
We'll talk about Monique in a little bit. The longest living Jane Doe. And she figured out who she was. It's crazy. The story is just unbelievable. You mentioned Yardley Love. When in Virginia, where I used to work, we covered Yardley Love's disappearance back in 2010. And not her disappearance, her murder. Her boyfriend killed her. They were both UVA lacrosse players. He killed her in a fit of rage, and now he's serving time in prison. Well, her mom, Yardley's mom, Sharon, is here at CrimeCon, so I did a quick interview with her. We're going to be posting that later, but it was great to catch up with her. A lot happening here today. You can see behind us, I mean, we're right in the middle of it all, as there's sessions underway, different things happening on the stages, and tonight it's the Clue Awards. We went last year. What'd you think?
We did. It was interesting. So, I don't know. Maybe we're not allowed to say this. We'll have to cut this post-production. Nate got to watch several of the documentaries and things for the Clue Awards ahead of time. So we had been watching those before CrimeCon, and it's interesting work that a lot of these people do to bring attention to these cases, to try to get cases solved, or to show the public just what's happened.
Right, yeah, we can say that. I was a judge for some of the divisions on some of the media things, and so we helped determine that. We're going to be doing red carpet interviews tonight, so people that come, I don't know what that means.
I'm just holding a camera. So
probably underdressed. Well, we'll try to get Erica on camera. We have to say that I want to answer a few questions. Some of you have asked, well, is this a convention about murder? No, it is far from that. Very respectful people, speakers, and different presentations, and really educational. And so it's not this thing that glorifies murder. You're not allowed to dress up like with gore or anything.
This is not Comic-Con, just so you know.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, everyone is so nice here. Have we met anybody who's been mean?
No, not a single person.
No.
Very, very kind.
So many of you have come up to say hi to us. So many people that I didn't know, or that have been watching and following these cases, and all of the presenters have been great. We caught up with Josh Mankiewicz from Dateline. He's here. They call him the mayor of CrimeCon because I guess he's been here almost every time. Now he's the king of CrimeCon, I guess. Just a lot of people. I mean, one woman's walking by us now. She does have police tape leggings on. But that's about as extreme as you'll get with some of the outfits.
Now, we did run across Chris Hansen.
Right. We had a good talk with Chris Hansen, and Erica really wanted to talk with him because we have kids. Our kids are 10 and 8 and 4. So the 10 and 8-year-old are really getting into electronics. iPads and computers and video games.
And I will catch her trying to look at Instagram and Facebook feeds on my phone, but she's really into YouTube, and she'll go in YouTube comments, which I wouldn't even think. I don't comment on YouTube videos very often unless it's a live stream, but it kind of worries me when they try to get in the weeds, and I kind of shut that down. But
So Erica had a question for him, how do you prevent that? How do you keep your kids safe, and how are these perpetrators finding them? And I also had a question for Chris about women. Do they ever have any women? Because in all of the shows I've seen, it's always guys. And it's amazing to me that they're still doing it. I mean, the shows have been everywhere, but there's still guys happening. In fact, Chris is running to a bunch of different shoots today. So anyway, we caught up with Chris, and here's what he had to say. All right, we are here with Chris Hansen backstage at CrimeCon. Your third year here.
Yes.
And what are you speaking about this year?
We talked about behind the scenes in the takedown investigations, our new predator investigations, and I was with Chris Hansen, who's the sheriff of Genesee County, Michigan, and he's one of the premier law enforcement agencies we work with around the country. We do West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, and the South, and so we go into these communities and we work with law enforcement, we embed with law enforcement, and we run these sting operations, and you know, it's very, very compelling material.
The internet and technology has come such a long ways from when you first started doing these sting operations. Now social media is exploding. What are some top 2 or 3 tips you have for parents about avoiding these creeps who are online?
The average parent, according to the Maloof Foundation, which does a lot of work in this space, only spends about 46 minutes in a child's lifetime addressing online safety. That's not enough. Education starts at home. We've done these sting operations for 20 years now, and yet guys continue to show up. They go into social media platforms, which are more prevalent than ever, and they know how to groom and meet children for sex. And as much as we do this, it's not the deterrent we hope it will be. So you need to protect your child. The best defense starts at home, and you need to have an age-appropriate discussion about the dangers of being online. And it has to start as soon as the child is online.
Do you ever have women who are the perpetrators?
Not in our scenario, and the experts tell us that it's because typically in a female predator scenario, you see the teacher-student scenario. They don't like the anonymity of this online predatory behavior, where the male predator gets off on it. So we see that. So it's happened. We've reported on it for our streaming crime network, True Blue, but we've never seen a woman show up in one of our sting operations.
All right, and for those people that are watching that want to see more of your stuff,
absolutely.
We were just talking off the air. True Blue is the network, and you can catch all sorts of your operations.
Right, so it's brand new, not brand new, it's been out about 9 months now, but it's watchtrueblue.com. You can get all the details, TRUBLU, all my new predator investigations, new documentaries, a new crime news magazine called True Crime Nation. It's very exciting, a lot of content out there, and more to come.
So some really good suggestions and thoughts there from Chris Hansen. You can check out his channel. Now, if I were to plop you here in the middle of this convention center, you would look around and might say, where are all the dudes? Where are the guys? Right?
Yes, you would.
What?
There seems to be a large number of women and not so many men, but if you do see the men, they're usually attached to a woman that they were brought here by them.
Or they're a presenter, or they're an exhibitor, or they work here at the hotel. But that being said, there are a lot of guys here, and it seems to me there's more guys here this year than in years past. I was telling Erica, if they did like a sports convention in the same hotel as CrimeCon, the guys could go here and the women could go here. That's very stereotypical, I know, because many of us don't follow sports. But we did. We set out this morning with a goal of let's interview guys who came to CrimeCon on their own. That didn't come with a wife, didn't come with a spouse. They just wanted to come. And
I think Nate was getting nervous because I was looking around at a lot of dudes today. So
right.
Don't worry.
So we were walking through like, oh, there's a guy. Wait, he's with a woman. Oh, there's a guy. Wait, he's an exhibitor. We were trying to find guys who were here, and we found a lot. So I went up, I talked to them. Here's why they are here at CrimeCon. So if you take a look around CrimeCon, you're going to see a lot of women. The majority of the attendees are women, and the guys who are here, most of them say, well, I came with my wife, I came with my girlfriend. But there are some men who are here on their own. They simply are interested in true crime, and that number seems to be growing and growing. Each year, more and more men are coming. We decided to talk to some of those guys to figure out why they came, and guys, if you're watching, why you should come too. We found Chase from Tennessee. His shirt says he's basically a detective. Chase, why are you here at CrimeCon this year?
My girlfriend,
Yeah.
her mother, and her brother. Just wanted to be with them, and she's got me hooked on all these dadgum shows and podcasts, and now they're on my phone and every algorithm on my TikTok.
So you have a feed of true crime.
Absolutely.
So you said she got you hooked, but do you enjoy it now?
When I was younger, I watched every single thing just like this with my mom. And it's typically the women that are into this, and yeah, the women got me into it.
Right. And what have you thought so far?
I've had a blast. Some things are sad, scary, but realistic. It's just reality.
So you'd come again?
Nashville next year.
You're ready to go. Is this your first year at CrimeCon?
First time.
Okay. And
First
you'll be back.
Every year.
So what would you say to other guys out there that might be a little skeptical about going?
If you're single, I'd come here.
Right. Odds are pretty good, right?
Absolutely.
All right. All right, we found Mario from Columbus, Ohio. First time at CrimeCon. Why did you come, Mario?
I've been more into true crime over the last couple of years, and it seemed like something I just really wanted to experience.
And what have you thought?
It's been great. I got to meet and see a lot of people that I see on TV, and it gives a different perspective than just a lot of the TV shows, a lot of behind-the-scenes kind of stuff.
Right.
I've really enjoyed it.
Is there one particular person or podcaster or seminar you wanted to attend?
Mankiewicz. I wanted to hear Josh Mankiewicz, and I got to hear him. Vinny Politan, I also wanted to see him, and I've got to see him as well. So
Great.
So far, so good.
So why do you think more guys don't come?
Well, according to some of the it's because most of us are criminals, but no, I think women naturally have more of a connection with a lot of the crime victims, because they also said most of the victims that get the exposure are women, and I think women naturally have more of a feel for that than maybe we do.
Yeah. All right, so will you be back to another one, you think?
Absolutely. I already pre-purchased ticket for next year.
So I'm here with Nick. Nick, is this your first time at CrimeCon?
First time at CrimeCon.
And why did you come?
Mainly because my girlfriend is a huge lover of Crime Weekly. She follows a lot of podcasts. Me personally, I'm a psychology major, so when it comes to criminology, victimology, I'm a huge fan of stuff like that.
And what have you thought so far?
Pretty interesting. Very interesting stuff so far. I just got out of one. I'm terrible with names, so I really wish I was able to remember her name, but she was pretty much talking about essentially diving into the minds of a killer, what to look for and stuff like that. And I think it's really important for us to really know kind of aspects of that, of the nature of that stuff, just so because I also work a lot in youth development, and so if you're able to catch like early recognitions of those kind of aspects, be able to stop it and maybe get some intervention and help the whole society.
We are here with Mike from Washington, D.C. This is his second CrimeCon. You were in Vegas last year.
Correct.
And what brought you back this year?
I just enjoyed my time last year. I'm really interested in the psychology aspects of these things. So Dr. Catherine Ramsland and I'm terrible with names,
right,
but there's 3 or 4. I just saw Ann Burgess. Fascinating to me. So this is a great place for it. I also play poker quite a bit, so the body language experts, really help with the live game some. So
you get some tips for your games.
Exactly. That's how it started actually last year.
Really?
Now I'm caught up.
Okay, so you not only are here, but you've got a platinum pass, VIP, so you get to go to the front of the lines, you get to go into the lounges. Is there somebody you really want to meet? That's actually a great question. Anybody that was, and I need to put my request in. I'm late on that, but any of the psychiatrists I'd love to see. Last year, Phil Waters gave me like an hour and a half of his time after his talk, which was amazing. I learned a lot doing that. And I think I was just a gold pass last year, so he just decided to give me the time, and I was grateful. And since then, I'm looking to repeat it. Why do you think more guys don't come?
I can't speak to that, to be honest. I know a lot of them, are dragged along by the misses and this and that, but for me, this stuff's fascinating. I'm not in the majority being a man, but it doesn't bother me.
So there you have it, a lot of different reasons why these guys are coming to CrimeCon, and I have to tell you that most of the guys I talk to who are here with their spouses who say, yeah, I was dragged along, they end up liking it, and they're the ones that want to return next year. So guys, there's always a shot next year. Those tickets for Nashville are on sale.
And if you're looking for ladies, single man, and you like crime, this is your place.
Yeah, that's right. So CrimeCon wraps up tomorrow, Sunday. That's when I'm hosting or moderating, I guess, a panel with Gabby Petito's parents and her step-parents. They're just the nicest people in the world. We also have Candace Cooley. She's Dylan Round's mother. She's here. And David Robinson, Daniel Robinson's father from Arizona. His son is is missing. No one's been charged in connection to that case. It's really kind of cold, I guess you could say, at least publicly. And Dylan Rounds, there's a suspect has been charged in connection to his case, but they have not found his body. And then we, of course, know the tragic outcome of Gabby Petito's case. So we're talking that the session is entitled Missing White Girl Syndrome. Why does it seem that the media covers missing white women more than men, or more than minorities, or more than other groups? We're going to talk about that. So it should be interesting. And that's tomorrow morning at 11:30. And we're going to try to do another CrimeCon Insider tomorrow.
Yes. I don't have anything to add.
Well,
just what he said.
Okay, so here's what we want to do. We got to tell you about Monique. Monique Smith, who is the longest known Jane Doe in America, maybe the world. What is her story? You did a little bit of research.
So when Monique was 1, she was taken from her, abducted, I guess, and whoever took her in raised her, I guess. And the woman that had abducted her had taken, just given her a fake birthday, fake social security number, and she went to go apply for a job as an adult and realized that they weren't real. Realized that I'm not who this lady, who I assumed she thought was her mother, said I am. And so that started her search, and she was just so hopeful. So, yes, that's it.
It's an amazing story. We were saying, we got to interview Monique. We got to find her. She's presenting tonight and tomorrow. We're walking down the hall, about to get some lunch, and there she is. So we stopped her, we grabbed her, and here's that interview. We've just run into Monique Smith. Monique, why are you here?
Because you found me.
I found her.
Right.
I saw her checking in yesterday, so we gotta
Exactly.
interview her. You have quite a story.
Thank you very much. And my goal is to help elevate humanity each and every time I'm telling, unfortunately, the tragic things that happened to me, but how I evolved, and then being able to pour it to the universe.
So for those people that aren't familiar with your story, can you give us a brief synopsis?
Yeah, I'm the longest living Jane Doe. I remind the world that all missing children aren't dead. I went on a national search because I discovered at the assumed age of 28 that I was stolen from this country. I just had no clue, and I left no stone unturned, which means I did a thorough investigation with the Board of Education, Department of Social Service, the FBI, the CIA. I mean, I hit every portal possible to find out who I was. Remember, I had no name, no date of birth, no place of origin. So I wrote a book entitled I'm the Ancestor, because I needed to pick up from wherever I was, ended at, and kind of take the baton for my children. And how was I able to do that? Is to create the story that I wanted told. Unfortunately, the abuse that happened, the traumatization that happened, I had to learn how to heal through this journey. But then, like I said, pour it out into the universe and help other families.
Unbelievable. And how long has your journey been? I mean, it's been your whole life, really.
my whole life,
But from when you started to when you got your answers.
Over 20 years. Over 20 years, a couple of $100,000, because, there were private detectives, there were agencies, there were filing fees, there were court processes, there's traveling, babysitting expenses. Like, it took that long time. And it actually was weird, because I was reaching out to the top-notch people. The story was so odd. Like, I'm a missing child. I'm just a kid that grown up. I'm not the parent filing a missing child person claim. It's me. And just that unbelievable story, like, what do you mean you're missing? You're standing right here, ma'am. So the journey was very, very difficult, but I just never gave up. I continued to pursue it. I just had to believe in myself, and then constantly plant the seed until people kind of got that aha moment, like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the name of your book?
The book is I Am the Ancestor. Before I die, I'm going to share my story. But then there's a healing book called I'm the Ancestor, that thrive while I'm alive.
Oh.
And it just encourages people to be their best self.
Good for you. What do you think of CrimeCon?
Oh my God, CrimeCon is amazing. This place is not going to have carpet with the amount of people attending.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm telling you, the detectives that are here, the sleuths that are here, the police, that are here, the speakers that are here, I'm telling you, if you're not going to not walk away with something brand new from every single room.
Right.
Yeah. This
Have you been before?
No, this is my very first time. I didn't know about it, and the great part about it is I've used every social media platform to throw it out since this weekend, and everyone's like, I never heard of it. I'm coming next year.
Good
Yeah.
for you. And hopefully you're back next
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
Okay, what do you say to people out there that think something's not right in their personal life as far as maybe a similar circumstance,
Yeah.
hope not, but something they're looking for answers. They want to find their father, their mother, where they came from. What's the one piece of advice you have for them?
Oh, absolutely. Dig deep. I mean, that's in every element of your life. Dig deep, which means go do a personal search on yourself. Right now, you can actually search all kind of databases. The NCIC, the National Crime Information Center. You can find information about yourself everywhere, and then pull your puzzle pieces together until you identify who you actually are.
Oh, God bless
Yeah.
you. So good to
Thank
meet
you,
you.
thank you.
So you can read more about Monique in her story. She again is presenting at CrimeCon. There's so many amazing stories just like hers here that you get to pick and choose from. So many different options. So
I will say too, it's very cool to see these people that they just are everyday people, right? We see them in the headlines, and I think that it feels different to people, but they're just so down to earth, regular, and nice people, especially for the things that they've endured and seen.
Right. So tonight we have the CrimeCon Clue Awards. We're going to be there. We'll do some behind the scenes stuff, or at least we'll try to, and we'll post that a bit later. Actually, by the time you're watching this, we may have already been to the Clue Awards. We're pre-taping because we have a busy schedule. And then tomorrow, it's another big day. Let us know in the comments who you want to see, and if you're planning to come to CrimeCon next year in Nashville, because that one should be a lot of fun too.
All right, see you next time.
Okay, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, you can follow us. Here's our Facebook, Instagram, East Idaho News. YouTube channel has tons of crime content if you're into that, other stuff like that. And then also on Twitter. That says Twitter, but it's actually X now, as we know. That's where you can keep caught up with us. And we will see you next time reporting from CrimeCon in Orlando. Bye-bye.